Hello, my name is Abe and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. Let's continue our journey. And we are, I believe, going to be checking out Chapter 5 for the first time. Although we have 58 candles. The reason why, I remember now, the reason why I held on to these candles was because I wanted to, I'm pretty sure I unlocked things here last time. I want to take a few people out on the next mission, and I wanted to make sure that I had the opportunity to level them up. I didn't really think about who I wanted to take. I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. But it's been a while since we have had a flagellant. Could bring him along, the occultist. We roll Vestals and lepers frequently. We've kind of rolled Hellions, jesters, grave robbers, and highwaymen relatively frequently as well. Man-at-Arms is interesting because we have a lot of like taunt capability. Excuse me. The Man-at-Arms is also very good at some of the bosses that that we will fight along the way, the lair bosses in particular. Very good against Leviathan and very good against the... Well, I guess he's not as good against the Harvest Child, although with his immobilization, pretty decent. I do like a good Hellion, but I think we'll go Runaway. We get a trinket. Burn causing skills get more burn damage, and we get burn resistance, which is kind of interesting. And then we can also have the Orphan Path, where she does even more burn damage if she is in the back. So we could have like a very burny runaway build. Let's do that. It's only 10 candles. We get a runaway to go for a mission. She's got some like decent heal capabilities. We can get her remaining upgrades unlocked and whatnot. Sure. We'll take a runaway.
Of a world. Those who
kind of feel like taking a flagellant. Plus 10% negative banter. So like negative party relationships, huh? That's interesting at least. Oh, he just has tons and tons and tons of death's door resistance here at the end. Try the manic flagellant. Is that what it is? It's the Scourge Path. Examinate. Oh, Maniac. Try the Maniac. Sacrifices Blight Potency in favor of flexible positioning, debuffs, and disruption. I kind of like the Blight Potency. Let's upgrade the... Random ally at turn end, if in the front, positive token, self-solo, gives him a crit, relics, lower damage, path intermezzo. Songs bleed, inspiring tune, stress resist, when moving bleed, but the song skills give more perks. I think I'm just gonna take like maybe a grave robber, maybe a man-at-arms, and then maybe an occultist. Let's go occultist. I like the occultist paths, I think. I might even bump him up to 10% fire resistance because he does burn himself.
A little more strength.
Maybe we'll bring along a flagellant as well. And then if I could pick a unit, who would I pick? We have backline targeting, flagellant combo, runaway for burn. Feel like we need like another damage dealer. I do like the Plague Doctor. Plague Doctor has some nice abilities. Emboldening Vapors gives a regen? Ooh. But Battlefield Medicine gives less healing. Physician. Blight skills are worse, bleed skills are worse, Disorienting Blast is a stun. Disorienting Blast also provides vulnerability. Seems kind of terrible, but I get it. You just use Disorienting Blast and a lot of buff skills. Indiscriminate Science is unaffected. Do I even have that unlocked? I have forgotten, but you are correct. Battlefield Medicine is the one that gets worse there. I feel like I need a damage dealer. Don't really want to bring a leper. You know what, I'll buff the Plague Doctor just in case we roll them. And then with 3, I'll just dump it into whatever. There you go. Let's embark. I have no idea. I might not even want to take any of these units. We'll figure out what we're gonna do when we actually get to the crossroads. I forgot you do not give me any lore until I leave the inn. Cowardice.
Ill-lighted. No comfort awaits you here.
Why do you select your confession at the house? It would make way more sense to select your confession at the crossroads because it's multiple different branching paths. All of the units should be like at the inn, at the house, just, you know, waiting, chilling, sitting down, having a beer, having some whiskey, I should say.
Lies redemption. A precise arrangement. The sacrifice of conscience. The abandonment of self. The Iron Crown had found its king. Upon your furrowed brow, the mathematics of our existence, the geometry of the cosmos. An ephemeral equation wholly expressed in negative space. To invoke its power was to refactor the most fundamental underpinnings of our fragile dimension. To imprint one's mind upon reality itself.
I'm still not entirely certain how the lore and story and like construction of this game exists in reality. Like, are we in our own minds? Is this reality and we are like just kind of like repeating the same steps or sending new people out to their deaths? It's not that it's not new people. They're all the same name. It's always Barristan and Dismas. I don't quite know how the lore of this game fits together yet, don't I? Don't I? Goal, you suffer 2 times in a single fight. Really want to check perks. Necrophobic, gain on hitting a corpse, stress, fishfolk hater. Sneaky, combat start, a chance of stealthing. Combat start, a chance of dazing. That's actually kind of a nice little synergy because you'll be stealthed for the entire enemy's turn. Blundering. When moving, you have a chance of taking damage. Occultomaniac, sanguine. Sanguine? It's good, but the leper can reduce his own stress anyways. Generous, cadaver-fearing. Curmudgeon, lower relationships. Peacemaker, better relationships. Okay. Torn rotator cuff, minus damage. Fetor scrounger, fetter scrounger. Cadaver hater, anemic. Coward, gaunt hater. I don't like coward. Meltdown chance. Turn start if rank 1, back 3, 15%. Oof. See if you're forced into the new confession. I'm sorry, Connie, I did not do that. Precision striker, melee skills plus crit. You're not a melee unit. Nocturnal, blundering. So these are all like pretty terrible quirk selections from the units, unfortunately. But why don't we try some things here? I would like to try a runaway, I think.
Nothing remains save a burning will to survive.
Kind of like the idea of an occultist. Well, I'll choose paths in a minute as well. Flagellant, I'm beginning to understand. I think in particular, he does make an okay tank. You do need sepsis really to kind of make it shine because it is exsanguinate basically. And I'm curious how the different paths alter these skills too. And then who do we want on the final slot? I'm not a big fan of the surgeon path on the Plague Doctor, because it only really affects the one melee skill that she has, you know? I would much rather roll Alchemist and then just have that constant blight damage be applied, plus tons of resists. For Surgeon, it's like, hey, her heals are pretty good. Still not a huge fan. What do we want in the final slot? We have DOT. Kind of thinking the Grave Robber. I know I unlocked something for another unit. I can't remember which one. I really do like the DOT from her. She's a great unit. She has a self-heal. She can kill corpses and then heal off of that, reduce her own stress. Still can't really do Venom Drop as a path. We need all of her other abilities that, like, give her stealth, like Shadow Fade. But I like that you can kind of fit her into a party anywhere. Maybe even could roll the Occultist. He can sacrificial stab the third position. He still has access to all of his heals. What's your health like? Can I not see what your health is like? How much health how much health? What's your health? Hello? Okay, we might not be able to check his health. But we could roll something like this. Connie says if you get the last 2 Occultist Shrines, you can run him from the front. That's what I'm thinking. I just don't know if he can actually survive. He does have a heal, other people have heals as well. He's not a bad unit. He can use his curses from anywhere, which is pretty decent. And Binding Shadows he also uses from the front with a forward to get more unlimited power. What is Malediction? As you hit a unit, it takes DOT over time. It's not too bad. Or when damaged, so in theory the burn can also cause more burning. Mud Warp Maulers to welcome. How you guys doing today? I mean, we gotta learn, so why don't we just do it anyways? So Connie's telling me to really check out Scourge. Divesting others of their burdens, toxic gains new effects, sepsis, deathless, suffer, and lashes gift. Punish is still blight. Self-damage of 10%. Wait a minute. That's correct? Wow, that's a lot of self-damage. I'm just realizing. Fester doesn't really do anything else. Deathless. It's a self-heal and a target heal. Huge. Huge. Heal 50%, heal 35%. That's pretty good. Endure is still garbage. Lash's gift. Self gives horror and then removes the DOT. So this is like, I want myself to go toxic. You just toss out Lash's gift. Acid Rain is still DOT. More is still a taunt and a heal on top of it. Suffer gives Death's Door resist to yourself and steals all of the DOTs and then removes them. Still not incredible, I think. Sepsis. Damage variable. Requires target blighted. Deals 50% or upgraded 100% of blight as damage and then removes blight unless the target is comboed. So if you combo an enemy, all of a sudden, like with the Occultist, we can keep the DOT on the enemy and then it'll still cool down. That's very interesting. So you want to use Deathless as the heal, not Sepsis. Kind of like that. That's pretty decent. Low health grants great potency to blight and buff alike. Sorry, I do want to just check this out. At low health, you do more DOT. That doesn't change. This hurts you and gives you a heal, gives us someone else a heal. Lash's gift is a heal that removes negative tokens and combo. Whoa, it also gives you a crit and a dodge and a strength token. Whoa. Acid Rain is blight. More is still more damage. Suffer is the same. Sepsis is heal to 45%. Interesting. And then deals all of the damage from blight as damage. So Sepsis is still a heal. It doesn't apply blight, it just bursts the blight out there. I look at this Lash's gift though, and I'm like, dude, but it requires your self HP so low. I'm always wary about that because if you get crit and you're DOT'd, you could still die before you have a chance to toss out your heal because the requirement on it is so low. And then Maniac sacrifices blight potency in favor of flexible positioning, debuffs, and disruption. I remember this one, it's steal negative tokens, which doesn't seem particularly amazing because you're still tokened yourself, but it is a heal that can be used basically at all times. And then sepsis. You put the negative tokens on the enemy. You see, now I understand the idea of Lash's gift. You steal the tokens from your allies and then you can apply them to the enemy with sepsis. That's very interesting. I wonder if this goes around like debuff resistance. Sorry that this is taking a while, by the way, but I really wanna just like look at the different paths and try to understand them. But I will admit, Scourge seems kind of interesting with this burst sepsis and also great healing. He can very easily taunt more, and then toss out a heal to get himself back up to nearly full. We have a couple of other healers as well. We'll roll the, so we'll roll this. We'll roll the Occultist. Ritualist is better healing and debuff resist piercing. I do like that. Warlock is ranged skills and at every turn you have a 33% chance of gaining a token. Aspirant is better melee skills and anamnesis for plus 125% damage. I imagine that's like if you have 3 of the power tokens, you can do something there. Cursing skills are worse. I'm gonna take Ritualist because I don't have all of his abilities unlocked, but in theory, I would take Aspirant if I had anamnesis. I don't have it. We might get it, but I also just don't know what it does. So we'll just roll him as is. Grave Robber. Deadeye. I mean, I love it. I think that's pretty good. The Runaway. We know that we unlocked a couple of things that make her better at burning, including the Orphan Path. Firestarter skills also give her a crit. This one. Target apply on hit. Survivor is better healing, and healing over time given. What's her healing over time? Oh, it's for herself, isn't it? Yeah, she only has the 1 regen ability. But she's a survivor after all. So we can do Arsonist or Orphan. I feel like Arsonist. She's gonna have burn resistance, and then she already does more burn damage thanks to that trinket that we're gonna give her. Yeah, let's do it. So this is our party. It's a weird party. Took a while to get us set up, but I really wanted to take a look and check out the party and check out all of their different skills. I think we can make this work. We will take Punish, Deathless, probably Acid Rain more, and take Sepsis for now. We'll figure everything else out later. My Occultist friend, he's not going to be able to use Abyssal Artillery, but he can use Sacrificial Stab, Weakening Curse, Weird Reconstruction, Vulnerability, Hex, and we can still use Demon's Pull and still pull people to the front, so that one might be interesting for now, although I do like Binding Shadows. Well, actually, no I don't. This is for like generating those tokens, because it just gives you a 50% chance of getting one of them. Just give me the Demon's Pull for now. We can refactor later. My Grave Robber, I like getting rid of Pick to the Face and taking Dead of Night. Everything else is basically fine because I don't use any of those abilities. Well, you know, if we don't use any of those abilities, why not like get rid of Throne Dagger to take Pick to the Face? That way if she gets pulled to the front, she can still act. And then the Runaway. You know, I'm realizing that these characters get a little bit more complicated to set up when you have so many more abilities. But Firefly and Firestarter are gonna be nice. Cauterize is a good heal. Requires a monster in front to be burning. You can only do that in the front. I'm gonna be keeping her back, so Firestarter is good. Forward 1 pull. Hearthlight. I do like Hearthlight, and maybe we'll go Smokescreen for now, but I also maybe like the idea of upgrading Run and Hide so that she can get a little bit of regen out of it, but we'll roll this for now. Let's begin. Oh, and Pixely, thank you very much for the resubscription. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. Hope you're having a good evening yourself. Caca. Let's do it. That was like 20 minutes. Fair enough, right?
The flame.
The flame lingers and wanes.
Hope for us all.
Wanes June. Our inventory is so goddamn full. Now it's gonna be another like 5 minutes as I look at all of my freaking inventory here. Gain when hit. Regen. Feel like that's something good on the Flagellant here, because I don't know if the self-damage will affect that, probably not. Gain on Bleed, Burn, Blight, Resist, Lower Stress. I'll put it on you as well. Wait, what the hell? Turn start, if bleeding, blighted, or burned, regen. Plus healing given, minus healing received from skills. If restorative item is equipped. I mean, we have restoratives. In fact, is that a party heal? No, one target heal 75%. It's very interesting. We can give people, ooh, +1 blight damage dealt. +1 burn damage dealt. Turn start if high speed, 50% chance of a crit. I'm like, what is this inventory? I unlocked some good things. Oh right. Turn start speed if very speedy, get more tokens. Resist, blight, and bleed piercing, but lower debuff resistance. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Okay, start at the top. So many different like things here. Give this to you. Party add strength. Wilbur's flag add vulnerability and combo. Holy water remove combo and negative tokens. I feel like that's something we should keep for at least the time being. Equip this. Connie says Snap Judgment might be my most favorite cultist trinket. It does seem pretty good because you get positive tokens as the fight progresses. Apply to attacker when hit if diseased, 6 blight. No one's diseased. Disease resist. Apply on hit. Melee skills have death's door resist piercing. Let's give it to you. Plus damage and health per missing hero. This seems like for boss fights. It's like, hey, we're going all in. If someone dies, at least we can, maybe have a chance of survival here. Relics and baubles give you damage. We'll keep this for later. Turn start. If bleeding, blighted, or burning, regen. If restorative equipped, better healing. Minus healing received from skills. He heals himself. You know what? This is for like a Hellion or the runaway if she's burning herself and we don't give her like the burn resist trinket, which is somewhere, right? Like, didn't we have like a trinket for her that's like, hey, I unlocked it and now we get all of this like burn resistance. Maybe this is what I literally unlocked for her, the +1 burn damage dealt, and I'm an idiot. I thought it was like a hero class restricted trinket, but I don't think that's the case. But if she ever burns, then we'll give her this, that way she removes her own burn. It sounds good to me. It's not gonna happen all the time, but if it ever does happen, we're gonna be happy to have that. +1 blight damage dealt. Let's give you... Oh right, apply on crit if Bonesaw equipped. 2 bleed. Apply to attacker when hit, gain on crit. Hold on, where's the Bonesaw? Bonesaw's ready! I guess we can give you the Bonesaw, and that way when you crit, you have a chance of also inflicting a little bit of bleed, which I guess is something. Okay. You keep, hold on, you have, sorry, give me a second here. This is also pretty good on her because she's going to constantly be burning herself. In fact, no, I like those 2 trinkets on her. You can keep these 2. Gain when hit regen is fine. I guess we'll give you the disease resist. And then of course, resistance piercing would also be kind of fun on units, but she already has resistance piercing. She doesn't. So do we want to give her resistance piercing? We can't because we have to equip the other Dark Impulse. I think this is fine. This is weird, but sure. All right, let's actually play the damn game, okay? Disposable account welcome.
The winds whip more harshly on the far side of the brook.
Had a bad week, it sounds like. I've been having a little bit of just like itchy eyes due to all of this smoke that has come down from the great north of Canada. They're trying to smoke us out, I think. All right, so 3 blight. Her skill normally does 2, so we can upgrade it to 5 blight with just this trinket. That's pretty good. She has no blight piercing, but that's okay. We could also give it to the flagellant, and that way acid rain will do more blight to 2 units, which could be very interesting to think about. Let's stab. I gotta figure out what to do with him. That's the thing. So Firestarter. No, I didn't take that path. We took burn piercing. That's actually totally fine.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Deals 50% of the remaining blight as damage. So you have 9 blight. This would do, it looks like it rounds up. This will do 5 damage. And then if they were comboed, it would also not remove the blight and they would still take the damage and we could still sepsis. Well, I guess we can't sepsis every turn, but. Burn piercing says need to kill a librarian, says Connie. That would be smart if the librarian wasn't immune to the burn. As the case may be, I believe. And the other thing that we gotta worry about is that she actually cannot hit the front. She can smoke screen and hearthlight when there's only 1 unit. That's actually fine. You just stab. I guess sacrificial stab has a high crit chance, doesn't it? So we want him to be critting constantly, I think. You don't have piercing on that, unfortunately. We're figuring out what we need to do on this run. We're testing out the party. More that the runaway is viable for the rest of the region. I mean, the runaway is fine with her burn piercing in the region. Technically speaking, I suppose our party wouldn't be that bad against him, and mainly it's the grave robber and the flagellant here. We should be able to, in theory... Oh, Firestarter applies to a unit. I thought it applied to an enemy. That must be the other ability. Which one is it? Controlled burn. This applies to an enemy. Apply on attack. Apply on attack? Hold on. Apply on attack burn. Every turn, not every attack. Okay, I get it. So if we give him Firestarter, he has a chance. Cured yourself for some reason. Excuse me? Oh, you probably weren't burning, it just said you were cured, just to remind you. Okay.
The enemy weakens and
Okay,
wanes.
okay. Again, we're figuring it out, slowly.
Another impediment.
I'm not building at all around the occultists'
In this
abilities
wavy
yet,
gloom,
but that's okay.
A spark.
Weird. Quirk, welcome. How are you doing today? Happy Thursday.
Are you shaken?
Are you stood? I make that joke every time, but he blamed the narrator. All right, we got a lot of garbage. 4 regions to the next inn. I kind of would like it if every chapter was a little bit longer. Because the only short chapter is apparently the denial. Everything else is the same length.
Awaits its favorite guests.
Heal, lower stress. Right. How many tokens do we have? We have 2 tokens. We can get the Emancipation Trinket for the Flagellant. Punish steals a positive token. Pretty tempting. Avoid the watchtower, keep the flame high, lower field hospitals, more academic studies in the Fetor. You know, it's tempting. I like maybe playing around with the trinkets. Let's plan for the Fetor right now. We're gonna have a bit of a blight problem there, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because we got a lot of fire. Gain on killing blow from a corpse. You heal, you get block, and you get a crit. So we can heal off of attacking corpses. Yo, that's very interesting. Positive relationships, speed and max health per food item. Names, I will do names. Quirk says, I need some good vibes. I was driving home, hit a bump, 2 of my tires blew. I'm waiting for a tow truck. Rip Quirk. I'm so sorry. At least it's not hot out. I'm sorry, just annoyed. Well, annoyed and also you gotta freaking, pay for the tow. I imagine you probably have 1 spare in your trunk, but not 2. That's unfortunate. Gain on killing blow on a corpse. I wonder if this counts for clearing a corpse, because you don't land a killing blow when you use a corpse clear ability, and we have multiple people in our party with corpse clearing abilities. So how will that work with the larval carrion eater? Because is it technically a killing blow when it clears the corpse? Like, let's look. Clear corpse. Is that a kill? I don't know. It's technically not a killing blow. So I don't think it'll work, but that is a very big thing. Increasing stacking of poultices, increases stacking of relics and baubles. Doesn't work as JoJo. That's what I was thinking. Remove negative quirk, 67% chance. I think I'm actually just gonna do that immediately. Who has the worst negative quirk? On hitting corpses, curmudgeon, book burner, blundering. Blundering's pretty bad. Good, got rid of it.
What you can.
So because we clear corpses with abilities, as cool as this sounds, I don't think we want it. I'm just gonna go for the wolf cub because I think reanimated rabbit with the max health per food is a bit of a trap. Unless we have a lot of food. We do not have a lot of food. Do we have anything that makes food? Stacking, +1 quantity of produced items, fetter damage. Yeah, because we have no food generation right now. I think we should just go for the wolf cub for the positive relationship chances. This one's speed per food gear item equipped, max health per food, 4 food items in inventory. The problem is that it takes up so much room. You gotta hold all the damn food you can find. Needs a buff, says Connie. Well, the thing is there's trinkets and baubles and stagecoach items that synergize, but I find that as I'm unlocking more things, it's harder to get the synergies. Like, you have to hope that it appears, you have to hope that you have enough money to buy it, you have to hope that you're not having to spend your money on other things, and you have to take the pet early, which means you don't know if you're gonna get anything, like luxury item, food gear. I have one luxury item, no food gear, so I think we'll take Wolf Cub, and I think we'll take increased stacking of relics and baubles.
The next stop is leagues away.
We'll do this, we'll do this. Right, mastery tokens. We gotta actually do something with these, don't we? Better Blight. If we're going to the Fetter, I'm not expecting that to land at all times. The Burn, on the other hand, I think is definitely worth an upgrade if we're gonna be using it at all times. Deathless is a 50% heal, and then a target heal on top of it. Man, that's so good. Target below 33% health. It's probably a weird reconstruction just so that we can heal people if we need to. But Dead of Night for the lower stress is pretty good. If we can land the DOT, something like Poison Darts is actually very good as well, because that's a lot of dot. Let's go Poison Dart. There you go. Anything worth buying? We have a lot of cash. We can get some whiskey. Do we have any, like, chances for positive relationships? No. So I don't think we're gonna buy whiskey. We'll save our cash. What's everyone's health look like? 50, 31, 29, 33. I guess the cultist has a decent amount of health. I think we're just gonna go. Maybe neutralizing powders? Well, you know, before we leave, are we going to fight the horrible, horrible boss in this area? I think the answer to that question is gonna be no. We don't have a lot of debuff resist, so we'll probably not worry about fighting the lair boss, and we'll fight a different lair boss later. In fact, I think I like the idea of fighting the general in the Tangle, because we have Acid Rain, which can hit both of the back lines, and maybe even Hearthlight, because that does something similar. It's not amazing, but it will hit the back line. I guess Abyssal Artillery too. We can swap the position of our units a little bit. In fact, I gotta be honest, I might just want to have him and the Grave Robber switch immediately so we can use Abyssal Artillery. The problem is that if she gets pushed to the front, she can't do anything except pick to the face, whereas he can, including the heal. So maybe we'll just leave it like this. But yeah, I think we're just gonna leave. Let's buy a couple of Pocket Light, because there's healing salve in the inventory. We'll buy that as well, and I think we'll just leave. Expected. Names. Yes, names as well. Let's give out some names. Jojo says, I beat my Act 5 run with a big dot party the other day. Very fun. Well, we have a bunch of dots and some debuffs and some heals. Do want to hit up the Creature's Den, I think. It kind of locks us into a path, but I like, although there is a hero shrine. There's 2 hero shrines? Aw, you gotta go hero shrines for the unlocks. I hate to say it. Otherwise, I would love to do cash, then a creature den. There's a lot of loathing on that path though, but let's go shrines instead, so we can actually get some more unlocks. Names. Let's do some freaking names. Damien. Who is the most toxic person in chat? Bubonic. I misspelled it. That's as much as it fits. The occultist. Who's the weirdest? Well, that probably goes to Rice, but otherwise, I think that, who's weird? Mother of Zerg says me? It fits. You're a little weird, not too weird. Disposable says grave robber. You know what? There you go. And Bonnie Runaway. Who runs away from their responsibility to play more Binding of Isaac? Definitely Agrocracia. There we go. So let's do a final like once over here. More burn. If you've burned yourself, or if you're burning, or if you have a dot, it gets removed and you heal. If you have a restorative item equipped, you do more healing. So we should give you a restorative. There you go. Grave Robber, plus more blight damage dealt. Gain on dot resist, -2 stress. You know, she's gonna be always using her dot attack. The Flagellant might do like tanky things and healing and stuff like that, so let's keep him with the heal trinket and melee skills have Death's Door, resist piercing. I've gotta have better trinkets for you. I do, I have to. You know what? 20% debuff resist. I'm giving you blight resistance piercing. You will always apply blight with your acid rain now. You're gonna apply more blight though. And then if the attacker is bleeding, you have more crits, and you also might bleed them when you hit. Sounds good to me. Oh, and then I wanted to also swap out Firestarter for Controlled Burn, I believe. Apply to attacker when hit 6 blight if diseased. That's an interesting one. And then what do we give to you? Have stress resistance, why not? We'll check out the dagger later on when we start to get more stained items. We just don't have enough. Am I really not gonna use this free regen? No, I'll give it to you. There you go. You are gonna take Pocket Light. You have this weird bone saw. Bone saw's ready! You're a bit of a bleeder and a blighter. I love it. All right, we're gonna go left. We're gonna do some Hero Shrine nonsense because we need to unlock more skills. People are gonna be a little bit stressed out due to that. Now, is that healing salve? That's so good. We don't have a ton of stress healing. In fact, I'm looking at it. We have no stress healing. Could have done that a little bit differently. Maybe we'll just buy some laudanum.
If we are ever to be free of it.
Who needs more skills? You will get almost your whole kit unlocked. Oh, the Grave Robber needs more skills.
Chapter 3. Embarrassment of Riches. Years of decadence and financial mismanagement had left the estate in staggering debt. Humiliated and facing eviction, she wandered the empty halls, hurling inebriated indignities at the portrait of the deceased, whose hand had rested so possessively upon her shoulder. A gleam of gold on that painted paw reminded her that his rings were unaccounted for, and must have been buried with him.
Lunge. Moves forward 2, ignores dodge when stealthed. Good crit chance, decent damage, melee attack. There's like a good Shadow Fade lunge synergy in there from Darkest Dungeon 1. We might have to wait and actually unlock that in order to fully utilize this. Upgrade does give it a 30% crit chance and ignores block when stealthed. It's getting close to being a possibility of actually like using a stealth dance grave robber here. Lunge, repartee, we just need Dead of Night to be upgraded and then the Shadow Fade ability potentially. I don't think I want this right now though, because I really like her being in the back. But I suppose what we could do is lunge with her being in the back, and then that lunge will move her forward to a point where she can do most of her attacks from the 3rd position, and then, or from the 2nd position, and then Mother of Zerg, aka the Occultist, moves back to position 3. Give the Flagellant's de-stress. Well, it's not upgraded, but we have 1 de-stress ability, and it's not that good. Oh, it's also burn salve, unfortunately. That's fine. We're gonna go left. I'm gonna hit up the other hero shrine.
A simple choice. At least it should
So yeah,
be.
I don't know. I'm thinking. You tell such intriguing stories for a flesh bag. A poison bag. Dun, 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 dun. She moves next. This is a combo. So I think we'll pull her. It's a stun. That's pretty nasty. Plus 50% crit when comboed. I mean, that actually synergizes with apply on crit bonesaw equipped bleed. So we might be able to inflict 3 bleed. Or we just kill him. That works too.
On to the next.
Kinda like it. I kinda like it. Oh, you can't even use controlled burn from the back.
Done.
Yeah, we should swap those out. Kanye says, didn't you have the crits with Firestarter on Runaway? So I looked at it. That path gave her more burn. I'd rather her have the burn piercing, I think, because the trinket already gives her more burn. I would like more consistent application of the burn as opposed to deeper burn. So I went for this one, which also has crit chance. I guess we could roll. God, I'm like trying to create a good synergy here. I'm like, we could roll a backline grave robber that lunges 2. The occultist would be in the 4th position without the sacrificial stab, and then the runaway would be in the 3rd position and could do a controlled burn. Is that good? I got no freaking idea. Just keep chopping them up. You're doing a good job. You're dead. Five Blight's pretty good. You see, this is the problem, because if we can't do a controlled burn, we actually can't hit the front line. Best I can do is a smoke screen. I'm charmed. Well, I kind of wish that had missed, but that's okay. So yeah, we gotta shuffle this up a little bit here. That doesn't do anything. I love her crits though. After an enemy gets comboed, the crit, the fact that she can then bleed on top of it.
The one pleasant in the
I enjoy
extreme.
that. Healing
This work
received.
is noble
Eh.
and necessary.
I like the constant mimic emote spam in chat. Thank you. Sheriff Flask, I'm parched. So, you've got a disease already? Round start, 5% chance of a stun? Are you kidding me? How did you get diseased? Oh. The hat diseases you. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay. So I guess it's not terrible, but it's pretty bad. I guess we would like you to have a better disease, right? Okay, I get it. So really what we need to do is we need to stack up the disease resist up to 100% with like in items, and then that'll be a lot more usable. So yeah, we're gonna do this. No, this. This, use Abyssal instead of Sacrificial Stab, then you can still Weakening Curse. Weird Reconstruction. Vulnerability Hex, combo those. Do something like this, and then you can still use Controlled Burn. Because Firestarter is pretty good on the Flagellant as well, because it will apply burn to multiple enemies in theory. Okay, let's give this a shot, I guess. I don't really like her being that close to the front, but... Because if she gets pushed to the front, she can't do anything, except pick to the face, which is not what I want her to do. Yeah, so let's keep it like this. In fact, we're gonna move her up one more. All right, that's fine. We'll figure it out. Funnily enough, you can only have one disease, so just re-roll it again. Yeah, that's the thing, is that if we get a new disease, it'll remove the old disease. Once we get a disease that we like, well, I guess we can't lock it in. But like rabies would be nice. It's more damage, right? So funnily enough, it's not worth purging the disease if she gets a new one anyways. We'd be better off removing something like Curmudgeon and maybe Book Burner. Pharmacy. Healing given, remove disease! Well, it's, you know, the Chirurgeon's Table might be pretty decent. I can't afford it, but... Connie says, one of my favorite builds for Grave Robber is Venom Drop, Cultist Trinket, Stealth on Turn Start. Is that the one where Stealth on Turn Start, you take more damage if you're if you're stealthed, and then you do crits when you're stealthed? Something like that? Sounds about right. I'm gonna buy a lot of them. And I'm gonna buy... we have a lot of healing. I don't think we need to buy the anti-venom. Save a little bit of cash. I do like the triage kit. Better stacking on restorative items would be kind of cool with that. Please open the inventory. Thank you. You've got the light. You've got the bone saw. Bone saw! You have Wilbur's flag. Take the... Oh, we already have light. What was I going to give you? Oh, laudanum. Take the laudanum. All right, where are we going? We're going left and hit up the next hero shrine. Venom drop is more blight. And the trinket is plus crit when stealthed. I can see that. I can see that being useful. Please. Get all of them. Get all of them, you must. Combat. Good.
They revel in debauchery.
We need the combat. We need the mastery token.
In the face of the end.
+1 crit. They will not last. Precision Striker gives us the crit. Sometimes it feels like you get those positive encounter options randomly, but sometimes the game tells you it's because you have a particular something. Apply on a target burn, apply on attack. What does that mean, apply? It applies when I attack? I think it applies when I attack, right? It's weird the way that it's phrased, I think. 3 to 6. We can Weakening Curse. Vulnerability Hex. Weakening Curse would allow us to get a combo. I don't think we need that though. I think we just need to wipe a goat. Noticing his damage is not that good, especially this is a guaranteed. Why do you have a guaranteed crit? Oh, because we entered the combat with a guaranteed crit. That makes a lot of sense, actually. If we have a guaranteed crit, let's put it here.
A brilliant conclusion.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
The enemy weakens.
31 damage. Pretty good. Beast of Burden. So this guy is now taking 6 burn damage because of the controlled burn. We have to hit him for 5. We have to hit him for 5, not 4. But this also has applied to attacker when hit. I have to be attacked to apply the 1 bleed, not attack an enemy to apply the 1 bleed. Gotcha, gotcha. I guess in that case, Poison Dart, I think, has the best chance of actually landing the kill. And then you can just burn this guy up. 0% burn resist forever. 2 regen because you were you bled? You were something probably. I'm not paying it. It's not that I'm not paying attention. I just don't understand. Let's I guess we'll Weakening Curse you, even though I don't like the fact that this is just going to give combo to the Flagellant. I think it's still fine. Really, what I want to do is purge the corpses now. Because if we purge the corpses, then this guy's gonna get burned. Because we still have, I think, 2 more turns of this. Painful Breath, you crit me? That's rude. Dead of Night will only clear 1 corpse, but because I used more, the combo token was still there. Now he's freaking bleeding, but we didn't penetrate the Blight because he has 75% resist, and we don't have any tokens or trophies or, sorry, trinkets or class perks that give us Blight Piercing, unfortunately. That disease was fast. Hemic Rot, round start, weakness. That's actually not a big deal at all. I think we definitely want to have this guy burn. And he's on Death's Door with 20 dot. That's actually like really freaking good.
A breakthrough.
I'm surprised that you lived through that, of course. 20 dot, really? $22 dot? That would be 28 dot? Oh, come on, Death, get out of here. Lonely Stroll, welcome, thank you very much for the resub. I request to be killed today. You have to get in line, haha. All right, give us more light, please. Hey, Death, kinda hate you. 25% chance of hitting due to the super dodge token. Being in the back means we can basically not do anything, so I actually think it might be worth it to move forward and then we can start taunting and sepsis and whatnot. I hate that it wasn't a very good
Bafflement.
stun. Wasn't a very good time to get the killing blow, but I guess I didn't expect this.
A small reprieve from this carousel of horrors.
Ignores stealth, vulnerability removes stealth. Why not? And you got the dodge token. Why did you get the dodge token? That's a weird one. Did you give him a dodge token? Did it steal the dodge token? Oh, cursing skills give you a chance to do all that nonsense too. Right. And it also gives you a chance to be vulnerable. Right. I'm remembering now. Well, in theory, we can stack up a lot of dot on this death. And we have laudanum. I'm glad I bought some of that.
This is no
Okay,
time
that's
to
a
fall.
huge, that's so much damage. Unfortunately, these don't count as corpses, so I can't clear them, but let's absinthe up. I'm pretty sure I equipped Cauterize, at least I hope I did. Still your turn? I did, good. We could absinthe again. Cauterize will handle that though. Let's start applying some dot. High bleed resist, unfortunately, but let's get something on. At least you're not going for the same unit, but you crit again.
Spears.
Kind of hate you. Triage kit heals 75%. You know what? I think we use one of those immediately. If restorative item equipped, better healing given. I still think we gotta do it. And then we can cauterize you.
A small
I'm also
foundation
noticing you're
of
not
trust.
burning anymore, but I think it just, you wore out of the burn. Weakening curses combo. Might as well combo. We also want to keep you at the front, I think. But let's just make you weak, so maybe you don't crit for 18 damage again. Remove dot unless sepsis is not a good one here. I think we want a more. We need to apply a tank. I guess because the boss has multiple actions, the dot is not going to build up
A brilliant
a
conclusion.
ton. But we apply a lot of it, at least with the Grave Robber.
Wash in turmoil.
That's fine. You can hit me all you want. See, oh, but you're not comboed, so this will only do 10 damage. Stress is gonna be a little bit of a problem, but there's the last laudanum. Demon's Pull, Vulnerability, Hex, Sacrificial Stab. I mean, Demon's Pull is a combo. Firefly on the... Firefly, unfortunately, just applies burn to an adjacent monster. You're probably gonna cauterize on your turn anyways. Guess we're just gonna blight this guy to death. Kanye says, I wonder what they're gonna do with the collector. Isn't he dead? Don't you find his head in one of the academic studies or whatever? 53 move resist. Sturdy enemies, more health, more move resist. Ah. If target's bleeding, more damage. You see, I wonder if we should even worry about the pull or if we should just apply like a vulnerability. I think we want to pull because the trample is very annoying if I remember correctly, but it's unlikely to land, but it will at least apply the combo.
Well done.
It crit and pulled too. I feel like that's good. Could you stop critting? Hey, you know what? A little bit of passive healing, why not? And it pushed you all the way to the back. Well, that's annoying. So we'll probably do another more, which I think means we just want to burn you. It's gonna ruin the combo. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Stop your bleed? Kinda want you to be bleeding for the next turn. But we need the burn damage out. You're taking a lot of damage, you know. You're not taking an insignificant amount of damage. You're taking 18 per turn. We are slowly regenning through this vulnerability. Hopefully you don't burn to death. That's the only thing I want you to do. Not burn to death. Let's weaken you. Gave you a nice dodge token. That's so good. I can hit you for 17. Which means upgraded this would be 34. That's incredible. 17 and 18. It's 35. I'd have to hit you for 5. We can put the boss on death's door using sepsis and an attack from the runaway. That means the boss is going to have weak attacks coming out. I worry about the vulnerability on this guy though, but he regens, so, and he's got a dodge token, so he should be fine. I think we do it. I think because we're comboed, I think we just do 17 damage. Lovely crit. Now you're on death's door, which means you could, in theory, die.
This is no
Didn't dodge it, unfortunately. You could, in theory, die right here.
The undying flagellant escapes the scythe of fresh.
That was annoying, but we killed death. Hopefully they don't come back. We got a lot of mastery tokens, some loot. On leaving death's door, heal 100%. Really.
The loathing.
I feel like we want that on Flagellant, right? Like we can get him down to low health, and then if ever you leave death's door, you heal to full. Synergizes quite well with that trinket that makes it so that when you hit death's door, you get a dodge token. Man, we already need more laudanum too. Jesus. Two targets, apply combo and vulnerability. Give it to you. Strength. Serrated. If restorative item is equipped. I guess you can have that way you have better healing. And you've got the bone saws ready. Sure. Although I hear good things about the thrilling tablet, like soloing bosses when everyone else is dead. That could be kind of fun. Turn start, speed, add positive tokens. But you have to have a stained item for that one. We're currently using our stained item for the Blight Piercing out of the Flagellant. It would take 5 turns for him to have enough speed to get extra actions. This is way better on someone like the Grave Robber, who would only require 2 turns to get up to that positive token per turn state. Well, I think it kind of is what it is right now. At least we're going to a hero shrine. We have time to heal, but our stress is a little high, which means everyone's going to be bickering. Regen and head feels kind of OP. Ah, that's a very good point. If we can apply regen to someone, then when they hit death's door on their turn, they're going to immediately heal to 100%. It's something. It's something. Time to luck into an oasis. An oasis would be nice. I think we're going to keep going on Grave Robber. Everyone else I kind of like.
Chapter 4. Filthy Rich. To preserve her social standing, she would pilfer the rings from his fingers, the gold from his teeth.
So we're robbing the tomb. Oh, this is a 2-part combat. It says, loot your husband's tomb. A little bit of an error there. We have 2 actions per turn. This rank will be searched. This rank is protected, and he has 5 HP. We don't want to kill him. Pick to the face. We do want to kill him. For right now, we're gonna move up a little bit. I think we have to get up closer to the front to open a coffin. We can only move forward 1. and he's gonna act next turn immediately. I guess we wait. Must have been rats. I like that. I like that a lot. Must have been rats. Someone there. Oh. Move forward. This rank will be searched. That doesn't move. Don't worry about the fact that these pillars are moving. Let's open one of these coffins. There's gonna be something in this coffin that is full of evil, I think. Or not. Not but moonlight and shadow. Requires target guard. I don't really want to kill the guard. We might have to, literally. Like, I don't understand how this is working, but we'll just keep opening coffins. Buried himself with my estate, he did. We got treasures, trinkets, and baubles. You won't frat on me, will you now? This is like the worst guard I've ever seen. Oh! I should know better. It was a trapped chest there. Let's take a moment. Catch our breath. Is someone there? We gotta move back and then move forward again. Oh, prowl. As long as we're not in the front or the back, we'll always have a move that makes us safe. If we ever move up to the front, we might have a situation where we literally have to get seen, which I think means that then we're gonna have to kill him. So even right now, I know that if I move front, I might get seen next turn. But I'm taking the risk knowing. I don't think I'm gonna kill him. We shouldn't. There it is. Because if he targets the first and the second position, I can't move fast enough to get out of the way. Because he acts after my first turn. But we found the loot. It's his corpse. There you are, with all that you owe me. I like the pillars moving, says Connie. You would think that they would...
The glint in her eyes outshining the fistful of ill-gotten gains.
You think that they would have like a darkened background pillar for your position, but no. Shadow fade, there you go. There's the shadow fade I was expecting. Apparently it was also only one round of combat. I thought it was gonna be two. That's interesting. The upgrade gives her a speed bonus as well. Cooldown of 2. So you can't just shadow fade lunge, shadow fade lunge, shadow fade lunge. Maybe it happens if you kill the guard. Jojo says, I may have killed about 4 guards and that one whoops. Oh, you know what? That's why you have the option of killing the guard. If you are about to be seen, you can kill him. And from Jojo's description, it's probably not a game over. If you kill a guard, it triggers a second phase. Jojo can give us more information as to what happens in that case, if you killed 4 guards. We need to, like, seriously get some sort of a stress heal ability, and I don't know if one exists here, which means we might just have to let toxic happen at all times. Warhorn seems pretty good. It's 8 total strength tokens, I think. Connie says, I failed my first shrine, the occultist's 4th. Well, now I'm curious. Controlled burn. Let's controlled burn. Get this guy DOTing for a couple of turns, right? 9 damage. Ow.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Taking a lot of damage. I guess we'll taunt. This is not like a bursty damage build. This would not be something you would want to take to the seething sigh, I think. I'm just gonna have you remove the corpse. That way this guy burns. Yup. Wow, and we moved before they did. That's terrible. Because we didn't get any like bonus healing out of that move. Rip. Let's do it. You healed yourself for 5. We finished the job.
This wound, at least,
You know, cauterize with the weird reconstruction is not that bad, because if we do bleed, we will just cauterize it. Does have limited uses though. Unfortunately, so you're taking 5, you're not quite dead. Keep you blighted. We should be able to kill you. So I would do 8 damage. We're still taunted. I guess we probably could have killed him, but in my head I'm like, maybe I can like crit and dodge. Oh my god. Maybe we can like get some sort of a heal in this somehow. I mean, I guess we literally are right now gonna get a heal in this. Oh right, Deathless.
This road cannot be walked.
Right, I forgot about that ability. That's something that we're gonna have to use to heal. Uses remaining and a cooldown, but very, very, very good healing. And then you can't do anything. Well, he's dead anyways. Just cauterize, maybe you'll get a little bit of a relationship up. You gotta think about
another impediment cleared with
stress relief,
impunity.
because we have trinkets that provide stress relief on a resist of bleed or blight or burn. So putting that on our front line might be tempting. And then what would you get? I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. Stained item equipped. Apply to attacker when hit. If diseased, 6 blight. If not diseased, lower diseased resist. I don't want diseases. That's the one thing I don't want. Turn start. If dotted, remove it. Turn end, remove the dot. But lower healing received from skills, which is kind of dangerous. If high speed, 50% crit chance. We gotta buff her chances at some point. I guess this is still fine. It's fine for now, but at some point we're gonna have to figure something out for long-term stress relief purposes.
Your path lies through them,
And so they must fall. I think we're fine. Well, they'll burn the same as any other. A little bit of a bad relationship, unfortunately. So the lady, the dog, and the man. Probably go for, oh man, they all have such high blight resist, but low bleed resist. We'll go for the dog. Because if we kill the dog, then we can purge its corpse. And if we purge its corpse, well, you're the one who's got to use the ability, unfortunately, but if we purge the corpse, then maybe we can just get them all to burn into each other a little bit. They're probably gonna eat the corpse, but that's okay. Inflicts 2 burn on monsters.
Steady yourself.
Did that actually inflict an extra 2? Or did it inflict an extra 3? I think it inflicted 4 and then 2. So this is not getting increased by her ability, which I guess makes sense. 9 damage. So you're dead. That's not terrible. You have no death door resist, so we'll work on you. And we do need to kill this corpse as well, but she can eat it if we need her to. Ah. We're not gonna kill you in 1 turn, so let me put up a taunt. Smokescreen, Hearthlight. She can move back? I guess we should. This party is very positionally dependent. This might be a situation where if we could, we might want the immobilization from the general because I don't want to have everyone move around. If I can lock my own units in specific...
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Orientations, I would enjoy that heavily, I think. What can you do from the back? You can punish. Are you still taunted? You are, so you will at least heal. That's the wrong unit. You can punish. Well, that might be enough. At least he's gonna go onto death's door and do less damage. It's not really the damage that worries me so much as it is the, Can he heal himself? Yes. It's not so much the damage that worries me as it is the stress, because we don't have a stress relief, unfortunately. We're gonna have to work on that. Now, he's got Death's Door resist. Am I really gonna run a risk in order to put out a heal? What's coming up next? I can't check. Why can you not check the map here? I want to know what's coming up so I know whether or not to spend my turn trying to heal.
An inkling of potency still lingers in
Blight resist.
Well-worn relics.
Plus 2 blight duration. That is really, really good on our grave robber. She still has no blight piercing.
The loathing abates.
But I'm willing to get rid of the spiked skull cap to give her blight duration. It's not going to be incredible on this biome, but plus one amount and then plus 2 duration. She can blight for 25 on a non-crit now. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. We got to get rid of her diseases, unfortunately, but it does also mean we can get rid of her bone saw. Bone saw's ready. Could also be really nice for toxic on this guy, but toxic gaining new effects means I don't know what it does. Because it literally doesn't change the description of this toxic, so I don't know. Just trying to think. I don't think there's any other trinkets really to give him right now. Assistance, unknown, loathing, light 73, candle. I mean, we can go left. It's not not a huge deal, but if we go to the right, we don't know what we're gonna get, and if it's an oasis, man, I would love to have an oasis right about now, but this is more stress for everyone. I'm gonna go left. Three people enjoy this path, and he resisted the increase, probably due to our little wolf cub. We're gonna lose our last wheel.
Wheels askew, coach limping. Be prudent.
It's a long journey, and it's important that we listen to each other. Thank you, that's so kind.
Giving into madness
All right.
is easier than holding out against
We can get wheel, repair,
We are heroes.
or some combat items. I will take the wheel repair. We don't need the armor repair, so we don't need to pay for it. Bum, 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 bum. Are we lost? Plus stress resist as well, so I'm thankful for that. Man, we've lost a lot of armor and wheels and gotten very little to show for it on this biome, unfortunately. It's a long journey, we gotta listen to each other. Like, thank you very much. Yeah, I know. There's no burn or blight, I think. I think our equipment, though, is fine. Although bleeding the enemy party would be nice. Give me that here. Just to toss that out and do a little bit of damage. Why not? And there's 4 units, perfect. All right. Let's get the burn going. I don't know what the cultist advantage is, so we're gonna learn as soon as this altar actually acts.
The enemy weakens.
Wow, they all resisted it except for one, huh? I guess they do have pretty high resists to that. Two to 3 damage removes the block token, or want to combo someone? Probably want to just weakening curse you. If you open up with giving yourself a crit, we'll like to have that out there. It also does give us bonuses as well. I'm realizing he's not a frontline damage dealer. He is a cursor who gives himself good dodge tokens whenever he uses his curse things. Or not dodge tokens, but just tokens in general. We gotta use him for that effect.
A slow dissection.
Apply to attacker when hit, knockback to 25%. So that seems to be what these guys have. Large knockback. You're already taking 11 damage. That's incredible. It's like sepsis would kill you. It feels a bit overkill to use that on you right now. Leper hates this act. You gotta give him a lot of movement resist, huh? Ecstasy, I require more! More blood for the blood god.
Development.
We have a lot of DOT on our back line. I don't think we need to use the medicinal herbs. I think we'll be fine. Dead of Night we'll probably use next turn. Well, if you're gonna be all dodgy about it, let's go for you. 25 DOT immediately. That's incredible. And then this guy's like, I do 6. Not as effective, huh? Miss, but it does still kill the corpse. He is vulnerable, unfortunately. You are gonna purge, you're gonna purge your own dots. I don't have to worry about your dots, do I? That should kill you. 6 burn on that, good lord. Now you've done your buff. But again, I can use the weakening curse now, since it's off of cooldown, I think. Just slow your damage output. Gave himself a dodge token. Regenning for 10 and you're taking 4. You're kind of annoying. I can do 2. I can do 2 damage to you immediately. Just give me a taunt. So again, you... Hold on. Turn start, give regen 2, turn end, remove it. Oh, you just gave yourself... Right, so it happens kind of in turn order. The trinket happens first, then the burn happens. So we didn't remove the burn immediately. We are gonna remove the burn, but we're not gonna get free regen as a result of burning ourselves for this turn. It applies and then it's immediately gonna go away. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Fair, I understand. This is a good crit. Is there anything I can do to you? I don't think there is. This guy, he's just gonna regen anything we do to him, so we're just gonna let him regen for 1 more turn. That's 35 blight damage, which is kind of crazy. That is stress, so he's going to have a bit of an attack. I'm toxic. Apply 2 to attackers when hit per toxic token. And more blight damage dealt for the whole battle. Ooh, I wonder if that's what it means by new toxic effects. He also heals to 50%? That's not bad at all. Like, that's pretty damn good.
A brilliant conclusion.
Or I guess he heals to like 45%. Now the relationships did take a bit of a tumble, but they're not that low. We can definitely correct for that, but we gotta be careful. We don't need to remove the bleed. He should be fine. I gotta hit you for 6. I don't know if I can hit you for 6. So we'll make sure this guy dies in 2 turns. Actually, he's already dead, so we should try to hit you for 6. We can also heal someone else. No one else needs it, though. I guess you will hit death's door, at least. And you're dead. Okay. We still need stress relief. I don't know if anyone else can actually get any stress relief skills, except for Endure, but Endure is terrible for that purpose. Actually awful. You might as well just heal yourself. We're not doing anything else for this turn.
Savor it. A petty hindrance.
So yeah, other than stress, this works fine, and a lot of that is just high DOT damage.
Burning brightly for
Plus
all the
blight
world
resist.
to see.
Plus bleed resist. I like it. I'd really like to get that. I'd really like to get that token, or that trinket, where you have a chance of bleeding every turn or regenning every turn, because now that combined with bleed resist, wow, that's 3 trinkets. I'm thinking that trinket and then also on resist lower stress can synergize with each other, but that's not really how that works, is it? That's too many trinkets. But yeah, like, oh, I just whiffed on that one. Our Flagellant, whenever he goes toxic, if he heals that much every time, he's incredible for boss fights, because he's getting stronger and he's healing constantly. Could be good. How's the run, asks Mud? So far, so good.
The roaring heart does much for the weary body.
Emancipation rewarded.
Even more, perhaps, for the restless soul.
Yep. Hemophobic. Oh, good. Everyone's getting all the diseases. The good doctor removes our diseases. Oh, baby. -20 bleed resist. If low health, more damage. Punish steals a positive token. That doesn't seem that good anymore, does it? All right, 51 money. I wish we had more.
Fairly priced.
Wow, it's just whiskey, huh? It's fine. Increases stacking for restoratives by 6 per stack. Oh my god. And a chance to produce. We can afford them both. Oh, baby. I like it. I like the idea of having high stacking restoratives. We can have so many heals. Stealing tokens is strong. I mean, it is, but how often are we really using punish? I guess is the question. Let's see. Oh, we'll be buying the booze. There's a lot of it, but I like this. If the chance of production works, we can get a lot of restorative items out of this. So I'm gonna roll the gamble of actually getting good production. We can only get 1 wheel repair, unfortunately, but that's okay.
Every road a winding torment.
Avoid the field hospital for +4 quantity of looted relics. It's a little late. Visit an oasis. Ooh, -20% maximum flame. Heavy winds. I think we do want to fight the Tangle boss and try to get the immobilization. I think that would be nice for us. All right, let's see what we get. I like Dead of Night because it is lower stress. Lunge ignores dodge and block when stealthed. Repartee is a taunt if stealthed. It's actually like a really cool synergy here. Open combat, shadow fade. Next turn, optional lunge. Repartee when you need a taunt. It'll hopefully just absorb 3 attacks and then you won't get hit at all. Although it only taunts for 2. It's interesting, but I still think I'm missing something there. I do like minus stress. I do like more. Sepsis seems really good since we're applying so much DOT. Deathless is a just absolutely incredible heal. Your curses need to be better. Ooh, especially maybe vulnerability hex with removing the dot. I don't know if the vulnerability will affect that. Weakening curse is pretty good though. I still don't know how I'm gonna utilize correctly. Move forward, pull an enemy, Hearthlight. Ignores blind and removes blind. Run and hide as a regen. Smoke screen. Applying another stack of blind. Sure. Let's give you a better vulnerability hex. And probably an acid rain. Deathless is tempting too, just for more heals. Probably get the stress relief though. I can afford one wheel.
Ride. For a time, at least.
Avoid the field hospital. No one has diseases anymore, so we could go to the Shroud. The enemies can be blighted pretty effectively. I do think about getting the Tangle reward, though. What's our movement resist right now? Get out of here. 30, 0, 30, 20. So not that good, unfortunately. Why is your... Oh, lower movement resist. That would explain it. Tangle boss is still probably the easiest one for us to fight. So we'll probably go there. And if I can remember, I'd like to maybe even have the occultist be in that third position, because the Tangle boss doesn't shuffle, and we would like to hit Abyssal Artillery in order to actually get the backline hits whenever possible. So I think that's okay. Relationships, we need 1, 2, 3 whiskeys to fix. Well, we need 4 whiskeys to fix. Well, luckily there's 4 whiskey.
Something to ease the rigors of
It's a lot of money, but it does need to happen. All right. 2 for the occultist, 1 for the runaway. There's this. You. And then you need 1 with the occultist. All right, we're at the bare minimum, what I would say. Can't believe burn salve is not a restoration, you know? A restorative. But man, we can hold a lot of heals in theory. Serrated weapon. Why not? I probably won't use this spiked skull cap, I think. Our inventory's getting mighty full as well. Add combo invulnerable. Yeah, it's fine. I think we're gonna wreck the boss. Scream, scream. I hope so anyways. Dump this, dump this. We need to do a little bit of inventory management. Dump this. Healing given, dump this. Bone saws equipped. I hate getting the... We don't need bleed. We've got burn and we've got blight. Dump this. Melee skills, death door resistance, piercing. I'm never gonna use this, I don't think. Dump that. These enemies don't resist that much. They do bleed. They do bleed. So part of me is thinking, let's give him bleed resist and then on resist, lower stress, because his stress is a bit of a problem. The occultist can take this. The occultist, I do worry about his constant vulnerability. He doesn't give himself any block tokens, so that vulnerability stacks until he gets hit. It does worry me. I don't have much that I can do about it, though. You know what I can do? I can give you a possibility of being stealthed. And a possibility of getting a block token. Just something. I need to give you something. I'll even give you the food as well. Frees up our inventory too. And then for the second trinket, I don't know. On leaving Death's Door, heal? Because if you ever go down to Death's Door, I need you to heal. I need your weird reconstruction to get you up to full, my friend. All right, this seems acceptable. I think I'm ready. I think I want to go to the Tangle. Visiting an oasis would also be very, very handy. And we've used all of our tokens. I don't really have that much money to afford anything else. Maybe get 2 light really quickly. and then probably just send it. Let's do it.